Listen, you guys, it's hard to be a busy parent, full-time working parent, lose weight, be healthy, and be fit. But we have to do it. We have to do it for ourselves, and we have to do it for our kids. We cannot let them down. Use this as your self-motivation to not let your kids down, and always push yourself to be healthier and more fit. Because you know what? Your kids are watching, and they're seeing how you behave, and they're going to behave themselves how you are behaving. If you have a donut every morning, if you're not exercising, you sit on the couch, they're gonna follow in your footsteps. We wanna be with our kids for as long as possible. And we're not gonna be with them and be able to be active with them unless we take care of ourselves. Now, I'm gonna give you 4 things that you can focus on in order to keep yourself healthy and fit and be able to keep up with your kids. The first one, if you're having trouble sticking with an exercise plan, you should do a couple things. Number 1, you should do small tasks and conquer them each day. And doing these small tasks requires you to be a little bit more prepared. You should do things such as, if you're having trouble with making quality breakfast, wake up 5 to 10 minutes earlier than you normally would. And then if you have trouble with sleeping, since you have to wake up earlier, you should go to bed 5 to 10 minutes earlier than you normally would as well, in order to get yourself into the right breakfast nutrition. Along with that, you should make sure that you make yourself committed to at least 5 minutes of exercise a day if you have 0 right now. If you have some exercise in your day right now, you should be aiming for at least 15 minutes a day, and do this for at least 5 days a week, and make it a specific time that you have to stick with. There's pros and cons of working out in the AM and working out in the PM. If you focus on waking up in the morning and getting your workout early, you'll have more natural energy throughout the day, and you won't have to think about your workout later on. Later on in the evening, you might be tired, and there's a good chance that you might be like, I don't feel like working out, and you want to skip your workout. So in the AM, you prevent that from happening. The PM, you're able to go throughout your day and then focus on a workout at nighttime and have the time to yourself without any strict time compliances that you have to stick with. So if you work out at 8 p.m. or 7:30 p.m., your kids are asleep, you can actually apply yourself more thoroughly and more specifically in your workout and not really have much time constraints. So those are the pros and cons of the AM and PM workout. The second thing that you should do as a busy parent is put a value system on your unhealthy foods. Now, what this means is we all know what it feels like to take our wallet out and to pay for cash for something. It's not very fun, especially if you're paying cash for something completely stupid. Now, if you put a value system on your nutrition and you think how many calories 10 minutes of burpees is, it's around 150 calories burned for 10 minutes of burpees. Now, on the flip side, a bag of potato chips, a small lunch-sized bag, is around 160 calories. So you can think, before you eat this bag of potato chips, it's going to cost me 10 minutes of burpees. So put a value system on the junk food that you eat. If there's 300 calories in something, such as a donut, you can think, okay, I can have this donut, but I'm going to have to apply 20 minutes of burpees later on in the day. Apply a value system to your junk food, so that way you can avoid those pitfalls. The third thing you should recognize within your workouts is that your last rep should not look like your first rep. If your last rep looks like your first rep, then you are not training hard enough. Now, that doesn't mean you should sacrifice good form. It means that your intensity level should be high enough so that way you struggle on your last few reps. And then lastly, one more tip. Your fourth tip I want to give you has to do with your overall nutrition. Now, many of us use calorie counters and count calories in order to drop weight. Now, instead of counting calories, try to flip it and do calorie planning. Now, what this means is a lot of times when we exercise, I can't emphasize enough that we need more protein. We often fall short on our protein intake. And if we are counting calories, by the time we get to the end of the day, we realize we don't have enough protein. So if we calorie plan, meaning we look at the next day, we input what we're going to be eating. That way we'll know that we get enough protein by the end of the day. If you calorie count and you put in your meals as you go through, you're gonna fall short on your protein most likely, because by the end of the day, you'll look at it and be like, okay, I'm already at 2,000 calories. I can't have anything else. But then you also look back and you're like, I've only had 40 grams of protein. That's not enough. You should be getting at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight that you are. And this should be each day if you want to actually build muscle and burn more calories. So, calorie plan. Put in the information of the food that you're going to have tomorrow in order to make sure that you get enough nutrients in for that day. Use this as food for thought. Let's get fit, get healthy, get happy. If you have questions about training, let me know. Send me an email or post in the comments below a question and I'd gladly help you out. Get rocking, everybody.